Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this lesson, we'll practice words that end with STS, looking at singular and plural forms, different verb forms, and how to integrate these smoothly and naturally into your speech. At the beginning, we'll do a little practice for learning about how to do these words generally, and then we'll move into practicing words and sentences, giving you an opportunity to listen and repeat. Let's get started. So my strategy for words like lists, tests, rests, lasts, etc. is to build up the word. If you find it challenging to do the sts at the end, it can be very helpful to build without all of the consonants. So for example, when I'm trying to pronounce lists, I start with the word list. If it's challenging to do that ST blend in list, I can even drop that T and just begin with lists. Let's go through the strategy. We'll try lists, list, lists. So the most difficult one, of course, is lists, doing that sts. You have to sequence all three of those in a row. Sts. Basically, my tongue is starting in the S position. It's stopping the air for the T and then bursting back into the S position. Sts. So there's a little interruption between the S sounds. So you can try doing that by itself, sts, and then put the vowel on, ists, and then put the consonant on, lists. Let's try that for the word tests. First of all, I can just do test and tests. If that's challenging for me, starting with tests, leaving the T off, tests, test, tests. Same idea of building from the back. I can do the sts, sts, ests, tests. What I also suggest is try using these in real contexts, because sometimes the pronunciation is difficult because of sequencing the sounds. Sometimes it's knowing where the S sounds are dropping and where we need them. For example, try the phrase, you rest, he rests. We need the STS at the end of rests for the he, she, and it form. It rests, she rests, he rests. We also use this for words like everyone, everyone rests, everyone sits, that's not an STS, everyone, it lasts, everybody lasts. So being able to use them in the correct context can be really helpful. Also for plurals, saying one test, two tests. Associating with the plural in your mind and the verb form in your mind can be really helpful in not letting those S and T sounds drop off. Let's try a few more, and we're going to use the he, she, and it form. I'll say it and then I'll pause so that you can repeat after me. So first off, let's try he rests. It lasts. Two guests. It costs. It lists. It hosts. It posts. She casts. She fasts. It boosts. It bursts. It resists. It consists. It exists. He trusts. The firsts. She insists. It thrusts. Several artists. He arrests. It digests. She enlists. It infests. He subsists. Many antagonists. She persists. Some tourists. He composts. It disgusts. Several soloists. Some socialists. She invests. It manifests. Two checklists. Many psychologists. Some psychiatrists. The dermatologists. Many extremists. Some economists. Some capitalists. Many communists. Some linguists. Many naturalists. Some scientists. You can always practice these words by themselves, but it's good to put them into a context with one other word so you can still focus on doing the sounds correctly, but begin to associate it with the grammar of the plural or the present tense third person form. That way it builds that practice both for the technical aspects of the pronunciation as well as the meaning associated with it. Again, you can always also practice with and without the STS. So, for example, 1 test, 2 tests. Let's go through a few more. I rest. She rests. It won't last. It lasts. I have a guest. I have some guests. What is the cost? What are the costs? Make a list. Make some lists. He's the host. He hosts several people. 1 post. Several posts. I cast. She casts. You fast. He fasts. I boost. He boosts. It might burst. It bursts. They resist. She resists. What does it consist of? It consists of many things. Does it exist? It exists. Do you trust them? He trusts them. It was the first. It was one of many firsts. I insist. He insists. She's an artist. They are artists. You arrest them. He arrests them. We digest it. The stomach digests the food. We need to enlist help. He enlists help. The pest infests. The pests infest. I subsist on water. He subsists on bread. He's an antagonist. There are many antagonists. I hope to persist. She persists. 1 tourist, several tourists. We compost. He composts. It disgusts me. A face of disgust. He's a soloist. He wants to be one of the soloists. She's a socialist. The socialists have a meeting. I invest in them. She invests in them. It's manifest destiny. It manifests as a human. We have a checklist. We need some checklists. I'll invest in that. He invests in it. He's a psychologist. He's one of the psychologists. She's a psychiatrist. She belongs to a group of psychiatrists. You need to see a dermatologist. Dermatologists take care of skin conditions. He's an extremist. Extremists are creating problems. He's an economist. The economists say the inflation will go down. I'm a capitalist. They're all capitalists. You're a communist. They're all communists. I'm a linguist. I'd like to join a group of linguists. She's a naturalist. Many naturalists are concerned about the environment. He's a scientist. The scientists are discussing it. You can also take these words and create any sentence using the word. So trying to put the sentence in context, using those plurals, using the st combination will be a great practice for you. Thanks so much for watching, listening to this episode, using it for practicing with your STS sounds. I'll be back again with another episode soon. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you again soon.